Anthropogenic effects on water quality. Are rural streams affected by issues impacting urban streams? Presented to you by Samuel Eggers, Nicholas Brown, and Sophia Cohan. Location and geography. Roseburg is located in southwest Oregon. Roseburg is in Douglas County, which is a sylvan area. The Umpqua River runs through Douglas County. The Umpqua River is a large part of Douglas County's economy as it provides a source of drinking water. The sites we studied. We studied Newton Creek Stewart Park, Deer Creek Eastwood Park, Stouts Creek Middle Fork, and Stouts Creek Main Stem. Newton Creek Stewart Park and Deer Creek Eastwood Park are both in town, but both of the Stouts Creeks are not. Guiding question and hypothesis. Our guiding question asks whether rural anthropogenic issues have a similar effect on streams as urban anthropogenic issues. Our hypothesis was that the rural streams would be less affected by anthropogenic activities. We thought that they would be less affected because they did not deal with in-town runoff and waste and any other effect urbanization has on streams.
Methods and materials. We tested water quality using a lab quest and probes. We did this by throwing a bucket into the stream, pulling out water, bringing it onto land, plugging probes into a lab quest, and using these probes to collect data. Additionally, we tested for macroinvertebrates using chest waders and buckets. We would put macroinvertebrates into the bucket, and then dump this bucket into a larger bucket for an entire team to look at later.
Data. The following is all of the most important data gathered from our investigation.
Analysis. Stouts Creek Main Stem's water quality index was the most negatively affected when we added the fecal coliform data. We don't really have a running theory as to why there was so much bacteria in this stream. Stouts Creek Middle Fork also had increased nitrate levels, and both Stouts Creek sites' transparency levels were increased. We theorized that Stouts Creek Middle Fork had increased nitrate levels because of tree farming in the area. This tree farming would have added nitrates because of fertilizer that was being aerially sprayed. Additionally, there would have very easily been runoff into Stouts Creek Middle Fork, as it has no riparian vegetation. Conclusion. We conclude that anthropogenic issues do affect rural streams in Douglas County. Additionally, this study reminded us that even the clearest of streams can be harboring problems, such as the bacterial problem in Stouts Creek Main Stem. Future directions. We plan to enhance Newton Creek by adding boulders, gravel, and large woody debris. The boulders will create a porous weir and scour out sediment at the bottom of the stream. Additionally, the large woody debris will create a home for juvenile fish and food for macroinvertebrates. And finally, the gravel will create redds for salmon to spawn later in the year. Additional testing for Stouts Creek Middle Fork is needed to see the effects of the fire. We do plan to do this at some point in the future. Cobb School middle schoolers are also going to plant in the riparian areas at Stouts Creek Middle Fork due to the fire. We are going to bring a large group of 179 high schoolers along with us. Acknowledgements. We would like to acknowledge Sydney Post, hydrologist from the Bureau of Land Management, for helping us coordinate this trip and helping us pick out sites. He also supplied us with the chest waders and buckets we needed for macroinvertebrates. We would also like to thank Catherine Dozier, chaperone, and class munchie provider, as she gave us a lot of cookies. Finally, we'd like to thank Barbara Brodsky Post, science teacher, for putting this trip into action. The following is a list of all the references we used to provide this project to you.